Woke One wasn't crazy. Woke One wasn't crazy, and let me tell you why. Because 10 years ago, in 2016, Colin Kaepernick took the knee. He protested during a football game and said later that it was because of racial injustice and police brutality. And guess what? They didn't listen to him. They said that he wasn't a patriot. They said that him taking a knee during the national anthem during these football games was disrespectful to service members. And he's like, I don't mean any disrespect, but I really want you to pay attention to this issue. And what happened? They didn't listen. And then in February of 2020, the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, these two civilians, they end up shooting him, and the police officers roll up to the scene and they get out of the car and they're talking to these people very casually. He was alive at the time that they arrived on the scene. They could have gotten him help, and instead they are playing buddy-buddy with his assailants. Then in March of 2020, Breonna Taylor, police officers break into her home and they kill her. And in May of 2020, the infamous incident with George Floyd, right, where they're using an unauthorized chokehold to restrain George Floyd. He says, I can't breathe. And those were his last words. So Woke One was not crazy because there was civil discourse that was asking people to address police brutality, to address the fact that there seems to be this air of Black lives don't matter. When you make civil discourse impossible, which is what they did with Colin Kaepernick, it's not crazy to have a certain escalation happen, to start to use stronger wording than just taking a knee at a football game. It's not crazy to start to have civil unrest because people are dying. I understand that there are people in public service who take offense to some of these ideas, right? Like if you're a police officer or you're a family member of a police officer, it's offensive to hear that maybe people don't value your public service. But then again, being a police officer is a uniform that you can take off. Being Black and being in an area where you're being profiled or your life is threatened, you can't take that off. It's like, I understand that these conversations offend some people, but also I don't think being offended is the worst thing. I think being murdered by your government is. If you actually go back 10 years ago and remember the sequence of events that led up to these widespread protests, the very strong language that activists were using, it was not crazy at all.